Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching this out there on the World Wide Web. This is Jeremy Gielan for SYS-CON TV. We're here at 13th Cloud Expo, 4th International Big Data Expo. We're in Silicon Valley, as is Cory Isaacson. Welcome, Cory.
Hi, Jeremy. How are you?
CEO of CodeFutures, proponent of dbShards. I mean, where do we begin? The accolades are endless, but we're talking data sharding.
That's right.
And dbSharding is still sexy.
It's definitely needed.
Getting some opposition, though, Cory.
Well, everybody is sharding because the data is getting bigger and bigger, so there are just more ways to do it.
Right. So, but got a major is your proof point as well. I'm just wondering how that plays out, you know, company-wise. I love your company. You've got the best name, the best Twitter handle, you've got the nicest people. I mean, we have to make sure that you dominate the market.
That's our intent, is we need your help to help us dominate the market. That's what we want to do.
So where should we start? Let's imagine someone seeing this segment because, and this is what I'm thinking, they Googled sharding. This will pop up, probably second result in the whole World Wide Web will be this interview with Cory Isaacson. So what an opportunity to unpack just the whole notion of sharding for that user.
Well, the thing about sharding is that you have to take big data and you have to spread it across a lot of servers. That's the most important thing, and that's really the key definition. And it doesn't matter what type of big data database you're using, that's how it works.
And you're doing it to be more secure or to save money or both?
To handle more traffic.
Right, you're doing it to increase capacity.
That's right, more traffic and also to keep it more reliable.
And so the driver for that will be, I want real-time analytics, and oh my God, it's going to be huge. I don't need anything today, but on Tuesday afternoon, I got a whole ton of stuff coming in from the point of sale stuff. I need to know which clothes we're selling, so on Friday, I know what to take to the store, something like that.
That's right, that's right. It can be for analytics, but also just to be able to handle the volume. You don't want your database crashing because you had too many customers.
Okay, so just a pipe play, just make sure you've always got a wide pipe.
That's right, that's right. You have to be able to handle that capacity.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that aspect. That's quite good. So that's a lot of, I mean, everyone would need that.
That's right, that's right. We have, for instance, a lot of major game companies use dbShards, and they can't go down. If they go down, they lose users, they lose players, they lose a lot.
Where would you start again? I was going down as poker.com.
That's right, it's horrible.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So we're really talking, you know, no failure, zero tolerance of any of that nonsense. So here's the thing, though, Cory. One still has to survive in this brutal IT ecosystem where everything is happening, particularly in the big data space, particularly in the cloud computing space, and you're in both. So in all seriousness, how can dbShards make quite certain through thought leadership, through white papers, through the, you know, videos like this, webinars maybe, is that the way forward for you, just to make sure that when you think sharding, you think dbShards?
Yes, we need to get our brand first and foremost, and we have a very good reputation, and so we need to expand on that.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So the early work has been done. So shall we go as far as to say, you know, it's not the beginning of the end, but it's the end of the beginning, maybe?
That's right. We're definitely maturing as a company. We're growing fast, and it's really quite exciting.
Right. So let's plot. No one's listening. It's just you and me. Let's plot. So we've got 7 months till the next Cloud Expo, 14th Cloud Expo in New York City. What a great place to be. People want enormous capacity there. That's absolutely certain. So there are all those core verticals just itching to hear about dbShards, but we've got to keep you top of mind every day until then, so that they beat down the doors, go to your stand and say, here's my business card, and can we meet the following Monday morning? How shall we do that? How shall we contradistinguish you? I'm saying there are other players now, and slight variants on this, which there weren't when first you and I began speaking about it. You were just completely the leading, you know, the bellwether, right there before everyone. And, you know, people talk about, you know, first mover disadvantage, second mover advantage, but you know what? It's what you make of it. So you're resourceful, agile. What will you do between now and June? What actual things can you do?
Well, a few things. One is we have new product introductions, some of which I can talk about now.
Okay.
The other is that we've been beefing up our website and making our web presence. That seems to be the best way for people to find us, because if people have a database problem, they'll go look.
On the web.
They'll go look. And so by doing those things, thought leadership, you know, we do have the most expertise and experience in this whole field, and it all is reflected in our technology and our capabilities.
All right, so let's go through some of those. We'll end with the website because we can send them to it. Sure. Let's go through, of course, product announcements. So what do you got? Give me your best shot.
Our latest release is something called dbShards Migrate. So now what we did is we made it very, very easy for you to migrate a database from a data center to a cloud or from one cloud to another cloud. Because if you don't do that well, you could be down for hours, days, even a week or more.
And when you say one cloud to another cloud, there must be some restriction on that just in terms of the piping. I mean, you can't have an N amount of developers producing every single cloud in the world. But what would be the major players? Or perhaps you can.
Well, it's really pretty easy for us to go from any environment to any other environment because the clouds are pretty agnostic. So we've gone from, for instance, various clouds to Google. We've tested that, and that actually works very, very well. We can go from a data center to a cloud. We can go from a cloud to a data center. We've done all those things in production with customers.
Okay, well, I know from this show, where we've now had 192 sessions by the end of today, that there's a huge demand for that because everyone is saying purportedly they've solved it. Mostly they're going to solve it next year. We know our customers want it. So you've got a huge opportunity.
That's right. It's a gigantic opportunity. And also, this is the first time that the cloud ecosystem itself has matured enough to where there are viable choices.
Right. And then we talked about, the thought leadership. Well, here is thought leadership right here. I'm sure there are other conferences. I'm sure there's articles you write, your lovely blogs. And then I think we've missed one. Otherwise, we're going to go to the website. There was one more thing, and I can't remember what it was.
I'm working on a book project.
Book project. Talking to a former publisher. Are we going to vouchsafe? Well, I think it might be about sharding. Are we going to vouchsafe a title, or someone will steal it? Possibly not.
It's going to have to do with big data and scalability.
Okay. It's not going to be scalability for dummies, I hope.
That's absolutely right. And it's now I'm committed. Now that I've said it publicly, I really have to get it done.
Marvelous. You heard it here first at 13th Cloud Expo. Cory Isaacson is going to be the author of a bleep, quite unnamed book, but on big data and scalability. And I mean, he's a very thorough man, so I think that might be coming out in 2014 completely reliably. Yes?
That's the plan.
And his editor can send me a damn check because that doesn't happen very often. Now, website is last. Are we sending them to CodeFutures.com or dbShards.com or both?
dbShards.com.
And what will they see?
They will see all about dbShards Migrate, all about our scalability, reliability capabilities, how to protect against disaster recovery, all of those things.
I like that. dbShards Migrate is going to resonate. So you heard it here first. Go to dbShards.com and please remember that Cory Isaacson, founder and CEO, sent you there himself, so it doesn't come any better than that. Thanks so much, Cory, for speaking with us here in Silicon Valley. See you in New York.
You definitely will.
See you in New York too. Thank you for following along on the World Wide Web.